If you're like me and use a Miller table to clean up your gold concentrates, boy do I have the king of all hacks that is going to help make your cleanups that much easier. This is my ROE, actually that's an unnamed brand of cola. This is my ROE Miller table. And it works very similar to a sluice box, but instead of collecting heavies and gold, it separates gold and heavies. Because instead of using vortex cells like this, or drop riffles like this, the bed of this miniature slow sluice box is completely smooth. And we simply set the angle and water flow to take advantage of just how heavy gold is. It's 19 times heavier than water, therefore it'll just sit on that smooth bed, whilst everything else, which weighs at maximum half as much, will just roll on down the sluice. As you can see, the black sand moves away and the gold sits there. When you have larger amounts of concentrates, the black sand tends to want to stay after a little while. These are the bits that are a little bit heavier than everything else that rolled away. And so to combat that problem, you need a brush. Use this brush to manipulate the sand. As you manipulate the sand, the heavier parts want to move down the rung. The problem with a brush is as soon as it touches the gold, it takes advantage of the gold's hydrophobic nature. Gold is actively trying to repel water. And every time you open up an opportunity for the surface tension of the water to dip down onto the bed, it can have the opportunity to lift that gold up and float it down the end of your run. Therefore, it goes into your cons container and you don't end up collecting it until you run the gold the next time. It's quite annoying. But what if you never touch the black sand or gold? Therefore, surface tension could never reach down and pick it up. And this is Mick's tip. This message is Fern approved. You start at the lower end of your run, you put your brush on the bed, and can you see those waves starting to form in front of the brush? That is a pressure wave. As you move the brush, the pressure wave moves with it. If you run that pressure wave near the soil, but not on it, you will see the dirt move away without the brush touching it. You can even keep the brush there, and the pressure wave keeps doing its thing. Bonus tip, the smaller the brush head you use, the more powerful that bow wave is because it's more concentrated. So you can move more dirt off with a smaller brush and you get more precision. How easy is that? And because your brush never touches the gold, there is no chance for the water to dip and pick it up and run it down the end of your run. That tip is brought to you by Mick, the bloody genius that he is. I know you guys are going to kind of want to see all the gold that I managed to pull out in that little run. That's about half of it. That is a nice line of gold. I reckon that's going to be about $1 grand.